Hello everyone, welcome back to the part of Octopath Traveler. So, you might have noticed, yeah, I upped the background audio, so I was not aware of, how bad the bouncing was between parts. Funny enough, I checked this time, because I was worried I might have sounded too sick in part 3, and then I noticed, oh no. Because, on the audio graph, the background audio sounds fine. So, yeah, I could not let it sit like that. So, that is why that happened and why it's fixed, basically. Not exactly the most thrilling of reasons. He was I don't know how the went under the radar in the first two parts. I'm really sorry about that. That is a big goof from me. But hey, it's resolved. We're good. So let's move on to story, shall we? I did stall so much last time, right? Yes, I think I now know who stole the tome. I thought I should go have a little chat with him just to make sure we all understand one another. His name is Cyrus, and he's a scholar. This is Atlasdam, nestled in the fertile plains of the Flatlands. It is home to the Royal Academy, where many scholars studies night and day to bring the light of knowledge to the royal family and to all the realm. He passes days in the halls of the great library, devouring tomes to his heart's content. I like to imagine that's literal, and he's just eating all of these books. Nom 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 nom. It is in that library where he learns of a grievous theft, certain that one of his fellow scholars is the culprit. Cyrus. I think I called him Cyprus the entirety of the last part. Gosh darn. Well, I did mention before how my memory on this game is spotty at best. Cyrus sets out alone to confront the man in his shadowy subterranean study. He will need wise allies on the path he has chosen. Well, I have bad news for you. This girl had the option to become a pirate, and she said no. That's all you need to know. Party members, find comrades and add them to your party. Complete Chapter 1 of the story, and they will join you on your journey. Seek out fellow travelers, ask for your help. After Chapter 1, you can change to party members at the tavern. Take Cyrus along. Travel to other areas may be restricted until you complete certain tasks. Basically what they're saying is you have to complete Chapter 1. Which, I mean, that's what we came here to do anyway, so let's go. Here's the beginning of the tale, so for everyone that isn't your main character, you don't actually have to hear out the beginning, but you are going to be missing a lot of context if you say no. So let's go.
And so it was that Atlasdam was founded some 2 centuries ago.
Why are you wasting your time? There's only 2 people here! Please tell me this isn't your real classroom and this is just, you're practicing.
Indeed, our fair city-state is among the longest standing on the continent of Austera.
Austera is how you pronounce it?
There was another city-state
Oops.
with a history as long and proud as our own that came to a tragic ruin only 8 short years ago.
Fascinating. Are we going to hear any more about that? No. Well, actually, thinking about the characters, I think Ulrich is the only one that actually remotely goes over that, which I opted to do him last, so...
Now, who can tell me its name? How about you, Therese?
There's no way I'm going to remember to pronounce your name that way.
I think it was...
Now, no need to get all flustered. There's no shame in not knowing an answer, so long as you have a desire to learn.
I mean, as long as you'll actually say what it
The answer is in
was.
your textbook. Go on now, look it up.
Yes, Professor. Let's see.
Really, what is this kingdom then, since we're not going to hear about it for a while?
Hornburg?
That is correct.
Everything he says is deliciously snooty, and I love it.
Hornburg was ruled over by a royal family, said to be descended from priests of an ancient and long-forgotten religion.
The best part is, I don't even think he's trying to say that's snooty. He just is, and it's delicious.
On the other hand, our fair Atlastan was founded by one of the original clans that inhabited the Flatlands. Who can tell me how many clans lived in the Flatlands at the time? Your Highness?
The histories have it that 8 clans did live in the Flatlands in those days.
Correct.
Of course it's 8.
Ah, Your Highness.
Oh, so snooty, I love you.
It was a time of great strife here in the Flatlands, as the 8 clans waged a long and bitter war. Change would come when the armies of Grandport invaded these lands some 2 centuries ago. At the time, the rulers of Grandport sought to exert their influence over territories inland.
Okay.
Ironically, this compelled the warring tribes to put aside their differences and unite against their common foe.
That is tragically common historically. Or at least so says the history nut.
Oh, but look at the time. We'll pick up where we left off next time. Don't
and he
forget
left
to read
us.
chapters 3 and 4 before our next lecture.
Aw, reading.
And
Lame.
be prepared to answer questions on any of the material within.
Why does he sound like you're yelling? So your class really is only 2 people, although you know what,
Thank you for another most stimulating lecture, Professor Albright.
what I was going to say is, it actually does make a bit more sense if one of them is a literal princess. Although, if anything, it kind of begs, like, who's this other girl that Therese? Which I'm certain I got the name wrong. Because I do terrible with names. I was literally calling you Cypress like a tree.
Hello?
Professor Albright. You see these in the Royal Library with the mist for you. Seems today's your lucky day. You bring right permission to enter the special archives.
Splendid!
Finally, I can begin my research! The library is just outside the palace. I'd best make haste. Oh, I'm gonna have fun with you. You're gonna have so much fun. This is the same class, but I can't talk to anyone. I would like to interrupt the lecture. None of you are talking about history! Disgusting, deplorable! Why are you all just staring at this map? I'll have you know, there's so much to know about this little pixel right there! And that one right there! Ugh. So, oh, I can probably just run around. Like, how do I talk to that guy over there? Oh, you're here. I thought I had been let go. Professor! Wait, who's... What? Oh.
Professor Albright.
Well, okay. I guess I don't have to say it. Oh, thank heavens you're still here. I thought I missed you.
Your Highness.
What can I do for you, Your Highness?
The truth of the matter is,
To spare some time, I had a question about something we learned today.
But of course!
Your Highness, it would be my pleasure to answer anything. His voice is delicious. After all, my role as your tutor is as important to me as any of my research. Fortunately, I cannot spare much time. Is the question a quick one?
indeed.
Yes, Professor, it will not take long. I was just wondering about the ancient religion of Hornburg. What do they worship? Giant spaghetti monsters, as everyone else does. In this accursed realm, a very astute question, Your Highness. However, I fear that nearly all the texts dealing with the nature of the religion were burned and lost when Hornburg fell. It was 8 years ago. Okay, now I am not letting that one slide. You should at least know, like, the name. Like, I see. A shame that. Like, I would understand if it was like 80 years ago, but no, it's 8. It hasn't even been a decade.
The truth is...
I do, however, have a theory of my own. I believe that the royal family of Hornburg were guardians of ancient power. Mind you, this is not idle speculation. My theory is based on the fact that... Quick question, huh? So quickly to fade to black. Let's continue this discussion another time. My apologies for keeping you, Professor. I was tripping that line so hard in my head, I could not just read forward.
With pleasure.
No need for apologies, and it would be my pleasure, Your Highness. When such questions occur to you, it's a sign to show a curious mind.
Why, thank you.
Lectures on the history of the realm are most fascinating to me. If you're not learning of our past, how can I help to lead people to a bright future? So, about that, ask Hornburg about that.
Indeed.
Like, it's 8 years ago. It's really not that long ago. Like, what were you doing 8 years ago? Like, sure, some things about your life are naturally going to be different, but I'm going to guess that for the most part, you still have the same life. A most admirable philosophy, Your Highness. Well, this lad are truly fortunate to be led by one of such wisdom and kindness. As I am truly fortunate to have the opportunity to serve in some small way. Aren't you kind, Professor Albright? I am proud to be your student. So, why is the other student just hiding there? Oh dear, I'm running late.
Good day.
Pray do not forget your assignment, Your Highness.
Farewell.
Of course, Professor. Just thought of me, you might leave.
Therese.
Oh, hello there, Therese.
Yes.
Do you have a question for me as well? No, good day, Professor. No, did kick me out. Let me back in. I need to get to talk to you. Why, this is the Royal Palace of Atlasum. To the palace in the east, you'll find Royal Academy. The library lies to the west. Chests. I mean, it's not stealing if no one sees you. Healy Grape. Inspiring Plum. And Herbal Awakening. If I wanted to play Fire Emblem, I would have done that instead. Which, funny enough, that was actually one of the games I had on my list as a potential to go through, but ultimately decided not to. What do you want? I don't have anything here for you. Honestly, I don't. Well, okay. I believe you. Blink. Nudge. This is a blank room! With nothing in it. New Lord's audience chamber. Seeks Majesty's Council, pray proceed.
Greetings.
Majesty possesses unique understanding of scholarly pursuits. And the Royal Library and Academy of Nobles and Commons alike can learn freely. Ooh, can I go in? I can, but he's not here. Then why are you guarding the room? Did he go out for the loo? Oh, okay, I guess I'm going out again.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, this is what you said too. Can I go here? I cannot. Save.
Hello?
Yeah, you say the same thing too. So... Can I come in? I can! See where I'm supposed to go. How about that?
It's me, Cyrus.
Well, good day, Mercedes. Cyrus Albright here to browse the special archives. Oh, Professor Albright, you're looking quite eager today. When I heard that an original copy of The Charge of the Flame, a complete histoire, had been donated to our archives, I simply had to be the first to see it.
I see.
Top right collection? I am. Yes, I'm here.
With pleasure.
Oh, if you're going to say it for me. Is something amiss?
Actually,
For someone known as the most brilliant mind in the Royal Academy. You talk about books, you're as giddy as a schoolboy. Oh, I thought you were going to complain about how terrible his handwriting is or something. I thought that's where that was going. Oh! Would you put it that way? Yes, much as a child is fascinated by a new toy, I am fascinated by new histoires. I'm titillated by the prospect of acquiring new knowledge.
I see.
Right, the expression on your face says it all. Anyway, everything seems to be in order. Enjoy your custard knowledge, Professor.
Many thanks.
My dear, I most certainly will. La 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 la. I'm skipping and galloping out of the histoire.
What have we here?
Oh, the tome is nowhere to be found. Did someone return it to the wrong shelf? Not here either.
An interesting dilemma.
These archives are strictly guarded and curated. Wherever could it have gone? Did I break in while sleeping? I mean, nothing can happen.
Right.
The headman, someone I see you at once. Well, of all the times to... Oh, well, might I ask you a favor? What might that be?
The truth is...
The tome I mentioned before seems to have gone missing. Could you locate it for me? I need my flame histoire!
I see.
Sing, I'll be looking at once, Professor.
Many thanks.
My dear. You're not here either. She's just gonna start the same show.
By your request, sir.
Oh, this part's voiced. Okay, that's handy for me.
Enter.
And delicious.
My apologies for summoning you on such short notice.
Okay, am I allowed to get any closer? Or are we just gonna yell at each other from across the room? My apologies for... That's about as loud as I can go speaking at 3 a.m. But
How might I be of assistance, Headmaster?
That
Yes.
treatise on arcane studies you published. What in the gods' names were you thinking?
Wait, you're a published author? Ooh, good for you.
Sir? I do believe I made my hypothesis perfectly clear.
I'm not talking about your hypothesis. You went out of your way to cite one of the texts in our special archives. The knowledge housed in those tomes is the Royal Academy's greatest treasure. It is not to be divulged to the public at your whim. Laying it bare in one of your silly papers is out of the question.
Speaking of paper silly, you probably shouldn't have a job as a headmaster.
Tomes, Headmaster. It is for that very reason I would share the knowledge with my peers.
You are to share nothing. That wisdom is for the Academy and the Academy alone.
No, really, like, what is... How did you get your job? Like, this isn't even like just standard bad guy. Well, it's just like, how do you have a job?
But that goes against everything.
Enough, Cyrus!
Even my best argument is sure to fall on deaf ears. The headmaster sees knowledge as a medal or precious stone, something to be appreciated by its rightful owner alone.
The irony of this with Square making their NFTs. Oh, but the irony is not lost on me.
Knowledge is power, and power is to be hoarded. An unfortunate attitude, indeed. My sincere apologies, Headmaster. It won't happen again. Is there anything else you need of me?
That is all. You may go.
So, lady, you say anything, or at least
There
like
was
blink,
one last thing.
do something, pace around in circles, go get a glass. Oh, you did like.
I heard the special archives will be closing early today. If you have research to do there, I would do so quickly.
Good gods. It's as if he enjoys watching me suffer.
As a matter of fact,
Thank you for your concern, Headmaster. In that case, I'll be on my way.
Enter.
Excuse me.
Headmaster.
What's
Oh,
the
well,
matter?
okay. I was under the assumption this was going to be that Mercedes librarian person. Yes, what is it, Tracy?
Hmm.
It's Professor Albright, sir. And that's the story about how he got fired.
Hello there.
It's the Royal Academy. Alice's pride and joy.
Floor is ringing.
All are welcome to engage in pursuit of knowledge here. Well, that's here.
Can I help you?
Professor Albright.
A moment of your time.
Oh, did you have any luck finding the tome?
My apologies.
I'm afraid not.
Say it is not so.
Oh, well, this is most unfortunate. One might conclude that it had been stolen.
Actually,
Professor, taking books out from these archives is strictly forbidden. So basically what he's saying is the headmaster did it. Like, between that last scene and, just like, but that is 100% what they're saying. I refuse to believe otherwise. Also, for anyone that's saying I might be spoiling things to play the game for, yes, I played the game for. I've also literally only ever gotten, I think I got to chapter 2 with Alvin, was his name, like the apocryphy, and then chapter 1 with everyone else. So I really can't spoil that much. And I know nothing about the game's plot beyond there either. I do think I might have started someone else, like maybe it was Primrose, but I didn't finish it. I'd honestly be easier to steal the crown of the king's head. Oh, splendid. Shall I go and try that instead? An impregnable vault, a disappearing tome. It would seem we have quite the mystery on our hands. And the mysteries of the world are meant to be solved. Oh, so the scholar in me says. Would you not agree? If it had been stolen, I'd say it's a job for a city guard. But I can see you all on go until you've cracked the case, as it were.
Indeed.
You could say that indeed. Habit I just can't seem to break. Like stealing, I mean, nothing. Once a puzzle is placed before me, I simply cannot rest until I've worked out a solution. until I've inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny.
I see.
Well, far be from you, seeing it your way. It must be tough being a genius.
Leave it to me.
I'll not deny it. Worry not. The tome will be back on the shelf before you can bat an eyelash. La 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 la.
Take care.
Great, thanks. Best of luck in your search. Then maybe if we accidentally leak it to the public instead of returning it. I'm thinking this afoot. Now, where to begin my search? I suppose I should inquire with Mercedes as to where the keys to the library is stored. The guard at the front door would know who has been frequenting the library lately. As might my fellow scholars, I can read. Mayhap I should pay the headmaster a visit as well. Path actions utilize each character's unique action to overcome any obstacle. Try pressing X in front of a town person. Not to be confused with the Y. Cyrus can scrutinize and glean new knowledge from townspeople. Russell just isn't cut out for this sort of work. Where was he? Move along now. Scrutinize! Well, let's see. Well, let's see now. H41. Testimony. Of course I've got a key to the archives. And no, I wasn't sleeping. I was resting my eyes, is all. Even if I was sleeping, what would that matter? What kind of fool would bother stealing from where this home anyway? Okay, so I mentioned this last time. I get updates on my phone on what the achievements are. But they don't come right away. They come like 30 minutes down the line. So I don't actually know what I earned. I will put something in the description that says what they are in the order I get them. Most intriguing. Can I go here? I cannot.
Are you alright?
You've got the case here, Professor O'Brien. I'm to scrutinize. Let's see now. Testimony. Only Headmaster Yvonne and the guard station outside should have a key to the library archives. So you're saying it was him? Huh? Oh, Cyrus, I'll trust you not to interrupt my research. Time to interrupt your research! Testimony. The key to the archives? Oh, I haven't got that, but I'm not surprised someone stole it home, considering what they're worth. I'm gambling debts myself, so I understand the temptation. So, you're in debt. Oh, okay. So they did say you should probably seek the headmaster. That definitely didn't do it, right? We're still going with that story? Also, don't mean I never actually came in here to explore, so let's do that while I'm here. Not that it seems like I can. Oh, your assistant finally left. I guess she stopped being made of wood. Oh, what is it this time, Cyrus? You know full well I have a key to the special archives and that I would never be so foolish to let it fall into the wrong hands. In any event, I have no reason to pursue those tomes in quite some time. I can't move, so that's everyone.
Splendid.
That should be all the information I need to solve the case! Okay, I was making an Edgeworth joke before, but you are seriously an A-sturdy character reject. Who possesses the key to the archives? Well, it's the headmaster, so...
But of course.
It all makes sense now! There are only two keys into the archives, one belonging to the headmaster and one to the guardsman. And the guardsman was asleep! So it was probably the guards. Or, you know, it was the headmaster, but I feel like they don't want us to think that yet. Headmaster's key is safely locked away in his office. Furthermore, he hasn't visited the archives today. I'm still suspicious of him. But, I think the game wants us to think that it's the guard. On the other hand, the guard has been acting suspiciously of late, even sleeping while on active duty.
Oh.
It's all too easy to take a lift to key off his person. I should know. I've given him a bunch of sleeping powders of late to take. I mean, you can't prove anything. Was it possible that the god is a man?
No.
No, he would have no motive. This really is Ace Attorney. They're talking about not having motives. The culprit must be someone who understands the true value of the tome. Just to say, one of my colleagues. So it's Russell, or one of them. And most likely one who has accrued a frightful gambling debt I cannot read.
Which means that...
It's altogether and our villain is... Culprit is Russell. They don't even let me choose. Yes. Indubitably, the shifty scholar Russell! I dare say my logic is foolproof.
Shall we begin?
Now all that remains is find our man and make him confess to the crime. What has it he's been doing his research underground these days? Oh, that's convenient. That little pathway is open now. There's still got to... I think it's time I did some field work of my own. And so I've taken it upon myself to investigate the suspicious scholar. Interested in coming along, are you? It seems you have quite the curious streak yourself. But of course, mysteries exist only to be solved after all. It is the utmost importance to remember that. Oh, but there I go again. Don't let me talk your ear off. But I will be glad for your help. Let's get right to business then. No doubt we'll find Russell in his laboratory down below. Cyrus has joined the party, so we are finally together, and Tress is still our player one, with the Cyrus following behind us, and that's how it's going to work for our third and fourth members as well. Also, now if I hit X, I can now actually choose both options. I can purchase, or I can scrutinize. Modest man, purveyor of the royal family, who takes great pride in his goods, so this is third person now. Whether it's customary commoner or king, he refuses to sell something unless he deems the buyer worthy of it. Information gleaned, a hidden item, so this is something that wasn't coming up before, but hidden items is basically, sometimes when you speak to people, a little item will show up somewhere in the map. So there'll be a blue sparkle somewhere on this map. I'm gonna see if I can't spot it. I'm gonna see if I can't find any off of these either. Oh, you have a hidden item too. Oh, I see it actually. It's up in the top right. What's the charge of protecting the king? This guard suffered a serious leg injury. Why he took an arrow to the knee, lad, and was since transferred to a calmer post inside the grounds. Though the injury healed long ago, he hasn't mentioned it to anyone and enjoys the serenity of his new post. Oh, there's one right here too, so yeah. So I can examine it, and I got a light soulstone. So yeah, basically I should do this whenever I get the opportunity to. Even if I can't find the spot, it's still worth it. Another hidden item. No item or individual that passes through the palace gates escapes this guard's notice. Rumor has it, however, that its dedication is not rooted in any sort of loyalty, but is rather born of the desire to perpetuate and protect his own unscrupulous business of selling trinkets to collectors of royal mementos. Oh yeah, you're the one that was trying to rip me off. Yeah, I remember now. This is back at the end of the last part. Large feather, and I didn't even have to pay for that one. Yeah, let's get this one too. Odds and ends. I wonder what the odds and ends is. Odds and ends. Odds. Oh, there you are. Oh, it fetches a modest price of sold. Nice. Well, what about you? Born and raised in Alisden, this old widow now visits this place every day in memory of her late husband. Even after she passes, she will just be by her husband's side, just like the relief for the king and queen of the Academy's library. And there's a hidden item. See if I can't spot the hidden item. Doesn't look like it's here. That'd be too easy. Like, it'll be in the same load zone typically, but it won't necessarily be like in the exact same place that you're no doubt noticing. It's a medium. Well, I think that's a good place to call it for this part. Thank y'all for watching. Next time, I will finish off Cyrus' story, at least chapter 1. We'll go hunt down this rogue professor. So, until then, take care, stay safe, and have a good one. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.